everybody, and welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset, Week 11, Game 11. We're at the first round of the playoffs, and I'm with the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, Coach Ron Aydelott. Well, last Thursday night you played the Bulldogs, and you went down there and came away with a win. Talk a little bit about the game, please.
Well, I thought we played, soundly in a lot of areas. There were some things still that we, did to ourselves that kind of put us in a bind early in the game that could, I thought we could have, finished some things a little bit better in the first half, and obviously they probably had some things to do with that. And we made some mental mistakes, and, and again in the late in the third, early in the fourth quarter, there was a little lapse of concentration and finishing things. But other than that, I thought we played pretty well, and I thought we played, a little bit better up front. I thought our defense was really, really sound. There was one score in the first half that really was, it was a tip ball, so you can't really lay a whole lot of that on the defense. And then when we subbed down a little bit, our lack of depth showed in the fourth quarter a little bit. But you got to get some of those kids off the field. You got to get some of those young kids on the field. So, we would have liked to finish a little bit stronger, but all in all, we have to be decently pleased with our effort. But understanding that we've got to go back in and play the same team this week makes it a little bit unique for us.
Speaking of that, I don't know in the past if you've ever done this before. You play a Week 10 game and then you turn around in the first round of the playoffs. I'm sure there's been times where there's been a week separation before you met them again. But how often has it occurred in your coaching career where you played the last game of the season, they throw the playoffs out, and the last game of the season you're going to go back and play it as the first game of the playoffs?
Without thinking about it a whole lot, it's never happened. As you said, we've turned around in a couple of 3 weeks and played another opponent that we'd played previously, but I've never played back-to-back weeks, so it's a little bit, which, I can sit here and bellyache, but the same thing's happening to Coach Williams and Smyrna, so they're rolling right back into the game, and, you can pro and con it either way. Who's got the advantage? I can't sit here and speculate who's got the advantage. Obviously, we're very happy to be at home. I think, that's a good thing, but they were last Thursday. So you can pro and con it either way. It's going to be the team that shows up and plays the best. Smyrna's an awfully good football team. They're well coached. They know they left some things out there on the field. They touched a couple of punts in opportune times. It gave us great field position that we were able to capitalize on. So they know that there was opportunities for them left out there as well last week.
Knowing that there's just such a short time, scheming as far as advantages and disadvantages, if you stand back out of it and looking at it, what are the advantages of playing somebody? I mean, you don't have to go over that as much film. You don't have to break it down. Does it become now man against man, or talk to us, Coach? I mean, how does this kind of play out in your eyes?
Obviously, you don't have a lot of film. You've got one game to go beyond what you've gone before. So, I think probably your mind creates a whole lot more problem than the actual opponent. In that, Smyrna has, they've gotten to the point where they're in week 11. They can't install a new offense or new defense. They can, they can obviously create some new things and go about things in a different way, and the same thing for us. So I think the speculation of the game is a whole lot more stressful than the actual preparation of the game.
Well, looking at that, where has Smyrna gotten better from week 0 to right up to this point, and even playing the Friday night game? Where have they gotten better? Whereas have you gotten better? If you look at them and judging them.
Well, first of all, again, they, as I said last week, they play a lot of young kids, so their young kids have grown. But that simply means that those younger kids are now seasoned veterans, because they have 10 full games under their belt, plus whatever scrimmages and, X number of practices. So their maturity level has increased. They played the same schedule virtually in the district, the exact same schedule in the district that we've played. So they played some very good, some quality opponents, they've competed extremely well against all of those opponents. You know, so their young quarterback has grown up. He's very, very dangerous. You know, defensively, they're physical. You know, their attack defense. They play. You know, they're just very solid and sound.
Well, Friday night right here at 7 o'clock. Injury-wise, how are you?
We came out fairly clean. We had a couple of nicks and bruises. I'm sure they did too. It was a pretty physical game, so. You know, but as to say that we lost anybody, we actually did not. So we're pleased with that aspect. And as long as we can keep most of our people healthy, then we'll keep things intact, and we have an opportunity.
Not to beat up on the other two games that'll be going on around the county, but right here will be the best game Friday night, no doubt. It'll be Bulldogs and Warriors at 7 o'clock right here at Riverdale High School. Y'all be here.